And we're back. We are reading Almost Odis by me, Dusty Thompson. Do you like my shirt? It says, "Wake up, America!" Ben doesn't like this one. He thinks it's a little too bold. I love it. Do you like my haircut? Ben is an accountant who also can cut your hair. And he cooks. It's like I won the lottery, y'all, for real. Don't be mad because I married somebody amazing. You had your choice of all the people in the whole wide world. If you made a bad choice, well, go ahead and rectify it during the corona, okay? Me and my husband having fun during corona. Happy pandemic again. So we're going to jump ahead to page 121, the previous blog. We didn't think y'all would want to. Ben felt like it was only funny if you read it as opposed to me reading it out loud to you, and I did not disagree. So we're going to start with Sunday, May 20th, 2012. Fat rednecks and gangstas, style cousins? Question mark. I use a lot of question marks in my headlines. I'm not sure if that's proper or not, but, well, APA can come shut me down if they want to. It has happened. I have crowned myself America's next diet guru. This down here would tell you that's not true. Without the need for an exhausting reality program hosted by someone of questionable British heritage. The evidence, you ask? I present for discussion the dad and his 40-pound weight loss since September 2011. I have dragged him kicking and screaming toward physical health. Well, his version of kicking and screaming, which is more pouting and angry looks, as he is often tired and intermittently ambulatory. I discovered the exact degree of weight loss, 39 pounds, 11 ounces, when he entered the dining room this morning and asked, "How's it that I've lost 40 pounds and I'm wearing the same damn blasted pair of pants?" He did not like my answer of, "Those pants have been and remain too small. Belt buckles should sit at your waist, not the middle of your thigh." Men of his generation, the offspring of those called The Greatest by Tom Brokaw, are an interesting group. I'm not sure if this is a Southern thing or not, but all I know is most men I knew growing up in the South begin in high school a lifelong relationship with the same waist size of pant, regardless of issues of proper fit. Baby boomer is the name for their generation, and although it probably wasn't a term created to correspond with the alarming rate of waist expansion, the moniker is more than apt. Wouldn't you agree? I was going to say ample, but there's no need to be rude. It strikes me as humorous my father's pants have slowly slid ever toward his knees like a child who has been instructed to clean the yard. A slow, meandering walk, gradually easing toward the intended destination, which I can only assume is around the ankles, as these people spend an inordinate amount of time in the bathroom. For real. I have never known him to be a fashion pioneer, but he and his meaty brethren have been grammatically more accurate, bursting a sag since, at the very least, October 1970 AD, translated as After Dustin. And I think we can all think of it. America started with my birth. 1970. Deal with it. I know there are those who will say it's actually Anno Domini or something else Latin, but my interpretation makes more sense. N'est-ce pas? That's French. I'm a polyglot. Not really. Due to the reduction in the protuberance subjecting the upper portion of his lower torso to extreme shade, his pants are now somewhere in the medically inaccurate upper middle thigh area. This is just low enough to cause concern, but high enough to lessen the likelihood of a glimpse of the welder crack, as he has never plumbed to any degree. The citizenry of the South San Francisco Bay Area is appreciative whether they know it or not. I am accustomed to working behind the scenes, trying to make the world a more pleasant place, one person at a time. Your silence reeks of gratitude, dear readers. You are most welcome. If you know anything about me, you know once the dad proclaimed his weight loss, I immediately began to deconstruct each section of his person to see if anything else had changed. Other than wearing the new shirts I bought him to replace the ones somehow misplaced in an incident in the laundry room, he has maintained his look. Early redneck. I don't know what else to call it. Just a sad little shirts and some suspenders. As the incident was unwitnessed by anyone except myself and Lulu, it shall remain a mystery. Throughout my life, I have noticed his stomach had increased at a rate equal to the disappearance of his buttocks. I did not notice any change in his lack of posterior. Full disclosure, I try to avoid eye contact with that particular part of anyone's anatomy prior to my morning coffee. I prefer my wake-up to include only caffeinated beverages. Now, I am no physician, but having worked in the healthcare field for more than a decade, 2 decades now. And as I am hyper observant to the point of criticality, I can say most men of this generation are equally disproportionate. As in all real estate transactions, location is king, and it seems that their buttocks, tired of the view, have migrated en masse, which I believe is Latin, to a better spot. I suppose the betterness of the spot is an opinion to be validated by someone else interested in the anatomy and physiology of old man parts. I would have said this would include their female counterparts, but I have been assured on more than one occasion by the alumni of my alma mater, Mississippi University for Women, or the W. This is simply not true. It's true. All those older ladies are still fabu, even in their old age. All my golden girls, hey. As I am a student of criticism, not anthropology, I will leave this academic discourse to others. I do know I have seen much more old man crack, plumber or otherwise, than I have ever wanted or imagined, mostly within the safety of my own home. On a positive note, the weight loss has afforded an improvement in his diabetes, or the sugar, as it is known in the boonies. His blood sugar is relatively under control. I say relatively as his scores are better than his siblings, for whom gravy is still a beverage. He has said on a number of occasions, usually in the throes of some dramatic invitation to one of his patented pity parties, RSVP not required, "You know the sugar's going to take my feet." He really does say the sugar's going to take his feet. They have not taken his feet yet, y'all. He still got both of them. Big old gnarly toenails and everything. I typically do not engage when this is presented as a topic of conversation because I and he have grown tired of my constant refrain of carbohydrates are as harmful to your body as sugar. His practiced inability to retain this information causes me much frustration. Each time we discuss the fact that crackers, bread, potatoes, rice, etc. are all carbohydrates, he feigns confusion as if he expects to go to the bargain market and find a box emblazoned with the word carbs. His avoidance of this particularly labeled box should allow him carte blanche when it comes to eating a meal containing pasta, potatoes, and bread with crackers as a vegetable. It's a wonder he didn't die. By simply creating pre-portioned meals to give him what he wants in moderation and forbidding the purchase of items such as soda, ice cream, and chips, he has unwillingly lost the aforementioned near about 40 pounds. Helping him choose cottage cheese and fruit over peanut butter Snickers is also a way to remind him to consume a healthier diet, as I must eat by example. He has not cottoned to sharing my love of salmon and Mediterranean food, but he has agreed to mashed cauliflower as a substitute sometimes for mashed potatoes, and he will infrequently allow hippie hamburger in his meatloaf or breakfast omelets. The rest of society refers to this as ground turkey. I predict he will be able to reasonably fit into his current clothes once he loses another 25 more pounds. Only at that point might he be the appropriate weight for his 44-27 carpenter jean, his pant of choice. Yes, you heard me correctly, y'all. 44 waist to 27 inseam. With my measurements of 36-inch waist and 29-inch inseam, I am the Heidi Klum to his Melissa McCarthy. As Dr. Phil is unequivocally larger than I and has several weight loss products on the market, I feel it would be acceptable for me to launch a second career. I could call my guidebook The Shrinking Redneck Population to trick unsuspecting Yankees into buying what they are hoping is a sociology treatise. I never did write that, but I did write this book, so you need to buy your copy on Amazon. And we'll see you next time. Thanks!